Welcome folks to another episode of The Blocker. Today we are taking the issues of HIV and AIDS, of course, to the block. We talked to the guys from Black Bay today. Now of course it's going to be HIV education, and hopefully at the end of the day these guys will be empowered, they will be informed, and they'll be able to make healthier choices as it relates to HIV and AIDS and even STIs. Remember, this is The Blocker. We'll be right back.
Best products, best service, do it best. Thinking about building, renovating, or redesigning? Chances are, if you're going to get everything you need, you'll be doing a lot of shopping around. What if all your household and hardware needs can be met at one premium house? The Creative House Do It Best. With the largest selections and variety on the island, providing the highest quality in tiles, Do It's best quality paints, faucets, glassware and serveware, bathroom accessories, electrical and plumbing supplies, power tools and hardware. At the Creative House Do It Best, we give you value for your dollar. Located at Spiceland Mall, Woodlands and Bruce Street Mall. Call us at 439-DO-IT-3648 or visit us on Facebook and Twitter.
There is a new game on the island. The national lottery is where it come from. Value your dreams and win your way. The name of the game is called Play Way. Daily Monday to Friday is twice per day. We play in Play Way. That is how the game play. Midday and evenings, any number between 1 and 36, and we in Play Way. That is how the game play. Suck it and Palelot. Follow your dreams. Have a hunch? Bet $1 to $10 to win Playway, the game of the day. Head on GBN TV and radio. National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
So guys, welcome to The Blocker. Today as our educators we have Chanel and Kerry, and I'm your host, I'm Andy. So we're going to talk, guys, and we're talking HIV, AIDS. As we always hit it off, tell me some of the first things that would come to your mind when you hear HIV and or AIDS.
Death.
Death.
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
Regrets.
Remember all these things you say, no? Because our word are most likely come back here. Anybody else? So we had death, we had sorrow, we had regrets. Stigma. Anything from anybody else?
Stigma.
Stigma. Nice, nice.
Discrimination.
Why do you think death always comes to mind?
Because the result of AIDS is death.
So you honestly think that everyone who contracts the virus get AIDS and they die?
Well, not right away, but it's a process.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel that once somebody catch AIDS, it creates a sort of stigma on that person, right? Your friends neglect you. Some of them, or most of them, they neglect you. Your friends, your family, the self-confidence you had before, you have it again, And then the stress about that disease, because you know that disease, the result of that disease is death, and you might lose your friends, things that you so be, like, you change your whole life on a whole, and that's a scary process, for anybody.
So you said that apart from what the disease itself would do or might do, the whole idea of the pressures that it puts on you by society, friends, family, it helps to shorten your life, you think?
Exactly.
The part about the death part, it depends on how financially stable you are, because there's treatments, and the more you get treated, the longer you take to die.
Right, but before you go any further, we are aware, or maybe you're not aware, that treatment at our hospital is free. Okay. It's free, and we are told that it's good treatment. Right? It's powerful medication. So no matter how much you have or don't have financially, you have access to all these good medications. Okay, one gentleman was talking about sorrow. Sorrow, and you mentioned something else. Regrets. Tell me.
Yeah, well, the sorrow comes about now after you have done whatever you've done. Like, you're not protecting yourself, you're not abstaining away from sex, anything like that. Afterwards, you contract the disease due to not being protected. Yeah? And with that now, you begin to think back. Why you did that? You should have never done that. Yeah? And that's where the sorrow comes about. Yeah? You're thinking back. And
What
that
if?
bring regrets.
And what if? And what if?
Yeah, what if? And that bring regrets in life. Yeah.
So how do you think we can tackle that? So even before we get to the stage of contracting it,
As I said,
how do you think we can deal with that so we don't get to that stage?
Abstinence is
go
one.
ahead.
Having protection, condom, and other contraceptive methods.
Educating the public too.
After you cut the disease, like people start to pull themselves away from it because you have AIDS and they don't really want to associate anybody with AIDS and they're trying to scorn you and things like so you just be walking the road like, you know, like a shame or something like that with your head down.
So why do you think that is so that people would neglect you and turn their backs on you?
Well, probably I would say through education because if they know about the disease they don't really
And fear.
and how it's transmitted and stuff. People just you know, here he is, woo, I'm in the city, you know, like that. Yeah.
Right, but do you think we can, with respect to that, change people's whole perception about the way they would treat persons with the virus?
But that would be a hard work because people tend to fear what they don't understand. Them disease there. People don't really understand them.
You made a point that I like it. People fear what they don't understand.
Yeah.
I want us to establish a few things here about HIV and AIDS, and I want our educators to deal with that. I want us to touch on some of the ways or the ways HIV is contracted, how it is not contracted, so we can get that straight and move from there.
The virus is present heavily in full body fluids, blood, breast milk, vaginal secretion, and semen. To get infected, there must be an entry into the bloodstream, and it must come in contact with one of the full body fluids. Simple as that.
If somebody is saying, if that person have HIV, you want to hold back from them. You don't want to have no dealings with them. No. So if I'm sitting here and none of you know my status, I can be HIV positive, and I'm sitting very close to you. So knowing that the person have virus is one, you may want to discriminate and stigmatize the person, but at the same time, how do you know for certain that the other people you relate to on a daily basis are not infected with the virus?
So then, do you think that we have a part to play with respect to educating persons as to how the disease is contracted, how it's not contracted?
Yeah, the education might work, but still, just people in a serve like, that's it, nobody, like when it comes to sex, no sex like girl with AIDS, like, no.
There are diseases that are worse than AIDS, like cancer, for instance. You know, but you don't have the stigma as how AIDS have. You know, so then people tend to fear this sort of disease.
So you think one of the biggest issues that helps to bring the disease even further underground is the fact that there's this big stigma.
Yeah, the stigma attached to it. You know, everybody think like AIDS is the end of the world. People nowadays are living longer with the disease than cancer. You know, they treat them. People intend to treat an AIDS patient different to a person with cancer because of that stigma.
So we have a lot of work to do as it regards us as a society.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna go a little further into that when we get back. But at this point, we are gonna take a very short break though, and we'll be right back right here on the block.
I back to school list: pens, pencils, notebooks, laptop, Flow Broadband.
Help your child achieve more by staying connected to the world. Whether it's a paper for English class or research project for science, Flow Broadband offers you the fastest speeds and lowest prices. Sign up today and get free installation and chances to win cool back-to-school prizes like an iPad 2, free broadband service, and amazing back-to-school supplies from Catwills, Digicel, and Foodland. Sign up for Flow Broadband. Help your child become a Flow Cool Kid today. Full terms and conditions apply. Flow. Watch, talk, click.
Best products, best service, do it best. Thinking about building, renovating, or redesigning? Chances are, if you're going to get everything you need, you'll be doing a lot of shopping around. What if all your household and hardware needs can be met at one premium house? The Creative House Do It Best. With the largest selections and variety on the island, providing the highest quality in tiles. Do It Best quality paints, faucets, glassware and serveware, bathroom accessories, electrical and plumbing supplies, power tools and hardware. At the Creative House Do It Best, we give you value for your dollar. Located at Spiceland Mall, Woodlands and Bruce Street Mall. Call us at 439-DO-IT-3648 or visit us on Facebook and Twitter.
Do you suffer from back or neck pain? Were you hurt in a car accident or suffer from a sports injury? Pills and surgery may not be the solution. If you suffer from aches and pains, visit the Philippia McSween's Memorial Healthcare Center to find out how chiropractic care can have you feeling better. Get back on the road to recovery. Call or email today, treating problems effectively and safely.
There is a new game on the island. The national lottery's where it come from. Value your dreams and win your way. The name of the game is called Play Way. Daily Monday to Friday is twice a day. We play in Play Way. That is how the game play. Midday and evenings, any number between 1 and 36, and we in Play Way. That is how the game play. Suck it and palelot. Follow your dreams. You have a hunch? Bet $1 to $10 to win Play Way. The game of the day. Head on GBN TV and radio. National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture and nation building.
Hi guys, and as usual, I like to take a little break from the serious HIV/AIDS talk and get to know a little bit more about the community we visit each week. Now today I have with me Liquid, Nigel Philbert, and we're in the community of Black Bay St. John's, known for its beautiful black sandy beaches. Now Liquid, tell us a little bit more about the community.
Well, as far as I know, Black Bay is a nice community, friendly people, and our idea of having fun is cooking and old talk. We have a recreational center up in Power Park Center with the sporting activities, cricket, football, athletics, fun day. We have the community center that have queen shows and stuff and things like that.
I heard about something about a cave in the area. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that is on Black Bay in the community, on the beach. Just on the left-hand side of the beach.
We're in Black Bay and that's the cave. This cave here is very historical, What happened to a lot of people, especially the youths, they have no knowledge about the cave,
And there was something else I learned about an estate. There's an estate in the area?
Yeah, that's before the beach. You get your bird food down there, you get your plantain, bananas, dashing, anything you name it.
So what it is y'all like to cook on the block?
Turkey sauce. Are you favorite?
Turkey sauce?
Yeah.
Turkey sauce. Now tell us a little bit about turkey sauce. What is turkey sauce?
Then make the turkey, marinate in some water with some seasoning. Then you add your provision, which is your fig, your yam, your Irish potato, and your dumpling, and have it nice.
So you see guys, whenever you come to Black Bay, come and get some turkey sauce. And don't forget to check out the caves and the black sandy beaches. Now I'm your girl Nagoyan, and right now we head right back straight to the serious talk on the Blanco with Andy.
We as individuals have the power to change society. It might be a slow process, right? It might be one person at a time, but we have the power and we can. And I wanted to talk on ways I believe we can, even right here, come up with ways we can stem this whole idea of persons with HIV and or AIDS being discriminated against. And simply because person might be afraid that they can contract it simply by touching or by living in the same house with them. How can we tackle that? How can we help to change society's way of thinking?
For instance, you come like in the public and then you have like forums, you keep people more abreast of in society because people out here, they don't really have the intellect much as to they know about.
Well, I feel you must tackle the problem from the root.
primary school and so on, you know, from a young age, so they could grow up, you know, having enough information and so on, so the stigma, you know, would end. To me, that's the only goal.
So education is key.
Yeah.
People need to be made aware.
Definitely.
How
And do regular blood tests in schools.
regular blood tests in schools.
And you see what really happens to us. What really happens to us. You see, the people with the AIDS program, my case maybe might come, you might hear it on the radio 2-3 weeks, hot. And after a week after, it just die out. So the people, they say, see me, I ain't believe in that, man, you know what I mean? You understand? They don't really have the program running frequently. Because the more we frequently, people become more serious, you know?
So you believe they need to keep pressing it?
Definitely, yes.
All right.
We need that.
And then again, you know, you have a lot of programs, you have a lot of information on the internet, you know, books about AIDS and stuff, and you have some people that still going out there and protecting themselves, you know. They don't understanding that that's a serious issue, you know. They still go about lawlessly having sex with Tom, Dick and Harry, you know, everybody else, you know.
That thing is a funny thing. Some of them don't go with Tom, Dick and Harry. Sometimes wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes they meet somebody, first time they go to that person and they catch it. So you can't, so from my point of view, who have it, you keep them away. Isolate them. I go feel sure that I'm safe. Always discrimination. Them know who have it, I don't know who have it. So better them get them out of it.
But okay, we were talking earlier about discrimination, right?
Yeah.
Would you as an individual, you know you contracted the virus, would you like somebody to just take you and place you on
yeah, even though they kill me, they can't help somebody.
No, you're not helping in that
helping a life. What? That, so you Martin is so helping somebody, helping a million other people.
That's where we go back to what the other guys were saying about education. Because if you educate yourself through these programs, then you can make a difference. Now you know how the virus is spread. Going back into society, you as an individual, if you change your perspective of how you view persons with the virus and also your behavioral patterns, because there's three things. It's either you abstain, we call it ABC. You could abstain. If you cannot abstain, be faithful and have one faithful partner, or C, use a condom consistently and correctly.
Yeah, man. I don't say no with what they say.
I'll tell you something, eh?
But this thing is a funny thing.
You're talking about using condom. You pick up a girl, 1st week, 2 weeks condom. You 3 weeks, just come in. And then if you don't breast with knowledge about that and you get carried away with the flesh, you're not in track. So this thing about one, you see condom helps a lot, but it's not just so.
So you think after 3 weeks with a girl, you just go and have unprotected?
Well, most men do that because they trust and they start to, come on, we human beings, you know that. 2-3 weeks and you get nice, 2-3 weeks you get nice, no condom again. Because trust in the woman, you see, but how man? You know, trust, you know, it's not to get.
Yeah, so you use condom for
what again?
Weeks and then after,
I hear man
you think you know her well enough?
Yeah, I hear man tell a man there, condom to make children. So what a man tell a man in the man mind? So it's all the kind of different things.
You can, say for instance, have sex, be exposed to somebody that have the virus today. You had sexual intercourse with them. No, it would not show up if you go and test next week. And that is something you have to bear in mind. You have to give the window period 3 to 6 months before it show up. So you meet say for instance, you meet a young lady today, and 3 weeks from now, you realize she's a nice person. She gave you her view of her history, because even if you find out from friends and stuff, you won't get the whole story. And 3 weeks from now, you're having unprotected sex. Are you helping yourself as an individual? Because there's I mean, sometimes we say condoms don't give pleasure, too much work, all of that. But if you educate yourself, there's different types of condom. There's those with ribs, there's those for different feelings. I mean, those who are allergic to latex, there's plastic condoms. So if you practice safe sex, and you can also enjoy safe sex. You understand?
I think the only form of safe sex is one partner be faithful.
Well, that's another way to look at it.
Exactly right.
Condom working, man.
One faithful partner.
Abstinence. You have to be faithful, and we are human beings. You have to be faithful. Because you have to be faithful. You have to be faithful as a man in this world. Because a million women to one man. It's hard. I could tell you that personally.
Yeah, ratio.
Like the ratio. It's straight up, you know what I mean? Sometimes again, you're having sex with a woman and you feel probably sometimes you catch something and you say, see me boy, I go by doctor because I go by doctor. All kind of things showing up. You have people afraid to go by doctor.
Yeah,
because all kind of complaint coming up and they don't want that problem. They prefer dead knowing the heights and
so it's better to not know.
Not know. Yeah, people they don't want to know that. They don't, no doctor. They just live a life with sex. And they're dead. That's it.
All right. Well, we have quite a lot to talk about when we get back.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're going to take a very short break again. Right. Thanks for staying us right here on the Bloco.
My back to school list: pens, pencils, notebooks, laptop, Flow broadband.
Help your child achieve more by staying connected to the world. Whether it's a paper for English class or research project for science, Flow Broadband offers you the fastest speeds and lowest prices. Sign up today and get free installation and chances to win cool back-to-school prizes like an iPad 2, free broadband service, and amazing back-to-school supplies from Catwills, Digicel, and Foodland. Sign up for Flow Broadband. Help your child become a Flow Cool Kid today. Full terms and conditions apply. Flow. Watch, talk, click.
Do you suffer from back or neck pain? Were you hurt in a car accident or suffer from a sports injury? Pills and surgery may not be the solution. If you suffer from aches and pains, visit the Philippia McSween's Memorial Healthcare Center to find out how chiropractic care can have you feeling better. Get back on the road to recovery. Call or email today, treating problems effectively and safely.
There is a new game on the island. The national lottery is where it come from. Value your dreams and win your way. The name of the game is called Play Way. Daily Monday to Friday is twice per day. We play in Play Way. That is how the game play. Midday and evenings, any number between 1 and 36, and we in Play Way. That is how the game play. Suck it and Palelot. Follow your dreams. You have a hunch? Bet $1 to $10 to win Play Way. The game of the day. Head on GBN TV and radio. National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
There ain't no place like Huggins. You could always count on Huggins. And what's of great importance, Grenadians own it all. Insurance or shipping, paint or grocery shopping. For whatever you're looking, Huggins answer your call. Huggins for your dollar. Huggins peace of mind. Huggins for your travels. Huggins all the time. Huggins is the leader. Huggins is the best. Huggins with experience. Huggins with the rest.
Thanks for staying us, folks, right here on the Bloco today. Of course, we with the guys from Black Bee, and we're having some nice discussion on the subject of HIV and AIDS. And I want us to establish the difference between HIV and AIDS, because a lot of us are using AIDS very, very widely. And in fact, there is a difference.
If you have sex with somebody who has AIDS, right? You'll not contract AIDS, you'll contract HIV. Because HIV now is just the HIV, which means human immunodeficiency virus, is a virus. It enters the body, and what it does, it breaks down the immune system. The doctors and the scientists will give you a scientific explanation that it destroys the blood count, and it lets it get to a certain level. And then at that stage now, the immune system is no longer able to fight off common diseases or common viruses which attacks the body. So when you have AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, you will now be susceptible to anything that come around you. So just remember that you cannot catch AIDS, right? However, you can die, and when you die, you don't die from AIDS, you die from an AIDS-related infection.
Thank you very much for that explanation you gave us, and I hope that the guys would have gotten that explanation and realized that there is a difference between HIV and AIDS. And I think people should know that even though it always comes up in almost every discussion, what's the first thing that comes to mind is death or suffering or whatever. You must know that even if you're HIV positive, it's not the end of your life. We have good treatment available and people are living even longer and healthier with these drugs that are available locally, and they are available free. Right, but I want us to zoom in on a few things here. One of the first things though is one's responsibility. And I realize that it is easy to try and put responsibility on the state to isolate people, or the state to identify who HIV positive in the community so we can stay away from these persons. But what about the responsibility of the individual? Your personal responsibility to make sure that you don't go out there and contract the virus.
You might want to get some condoms somewhere and then afraid to get it.
Why so?
Because people don't want to person see me.
Pride.
And too much of pride bring no joy. Bring shame. And where's that coming from? So you can't let that person go, you know. So again, you're trying to eat our food. And then you go in the surgery and you condom and the news go back to your wife or your girlfriend or what. People go back and so you know.
So you're thinking that maybe if you have a certain center or a place that you can go to and have persons provided with condom without asking questions.
All that because people don't want to answer no question. They come to collect the boots and that's it.
So you just want a condom and you don't want the person asking you out to be.
No. People don't want that.
Okay.
People don't want that. Look at before Ivan, for instance, when everybody want to cover the house, everything, isn't it? But before this time, nobody did nothing. So we really do things in there. Something must affect somebody, us as somebody. Then we take it.
All right. So we realize we have a lot of work to do as society to tackle this issue of protection, stigma, and discrimination, and all these things.
Yeah. Sometimes we believe that it can happen to us. You know, we can't get AIDS. You know, but you can never tell. Okay, you don't know who have it. You know, nobody walking around with a sign on the head marking HIV positive. You know, so then you have to be careful as an individual. You know, and try your utmost best not to contract that disease. You know, and educate your friends and your family, even your children. You know what I mean? So then we with the knowledge now, the community playing its role, society playing its role. We with the knowledge now have to also play our role. You know, spread the word. Who don't hear, we have to tell them.
We have to educate others, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes now when we talk, like others will say like nothing. We just stuck in a pile of cap, yeah, and don't really take what we're saying into consideration, yeah. So that is what I want to input. Yeah? Sometimes they don't really listen to what we have to say and what other people have to say.
But we say whether or not they listen, still share.
Yeah, I know. But
at some point they might remember one or two things that you would have shared with them. So listen or not, share it anyway. All right. So I'll just get a few closing remarks from Kerry and Chanel.
Just to build back, as you said, society is already doing its part. I'm not saying education would never be enough. You have to continue educating persons on HIV and AIDS, and that's not the only disease out there. Besides HIV, there are other STIs that you can contract. Sometimes you go to a party in the heat of things, you going. Sometimes you don't know where you're going. You just go blinded because you're not going protected. Sometimes it's in the dark, so you don't know what that person have under there. And there you are, you've gone inside of them. So sometimes you as individuals, you owe it to yourself to protect yourself. Use a condom or use the ABC. It's either you abstain, be faithful to one person, and if you cannot do that, use a condom correctly and consistently.
Chanel. Kerry?
All right, well, just to add on from Chanel, right, I think when we take everything into consideration, we know the information and everything there, but sometimes we just plain hard-headed. At times, in this whole issue of HIV and AIDS, we have to be selfish. We have to think about ourselves first. We can love the woman as what, as how much, or the woman can love us as how much. You have to think about yourself at the end of the day. And as men, it's even more, the pressure is even harder on us for us to live up to expectation as men, you know. We can't be going around there, you know, and bam, 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 every corner we go, we have a woman or something. So we have to take the responsibility, and we have to show the younger men in the communities and stuff that, you know, these are men of repute, these are men of integrity, and these are men that they can look up to.
Thank you, Kerry. Guys, this has been another episode of The Blocker. We have been talking with the guys from Black Bay, and I'm liking what I'm hearing, the idea that these guys are going to be going into their societies and sharing with their friends the information that they have learned here. And that is what I want you to do also. Share with your friends whatever you have learned, whatever facts you have learned about HIV and AIDS, because education is power. I'm your host Andy, and this has been The Blanco, where it's all about making a difference.